Hi, thanks for stopping by. There are a lot of things that I really want to talk about today, but I'm going to try to narrow it down and try to keep the dog from crawling all over me, but that may not be possible. Okay. In my life, in my world, if somebody forgets a birthday and they say happy birthday and it's a few days late and they apologize, I always say, time's not linear. It's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. Time's not linear. Let that sit for a moment. What do I mean? Well, I mean exactly what it sounds like. But what does it mean as a survivor? That's a little bit different. We talk about triggers all the time. You see it in social media. We hear it in the news outlets. Pundits talk about it. Psychologists are on TV all the time talking about trigger warnings. Universities are putting trigger warnings on classes. And I'm saying it as though I don't think it's a good idea. Actually, I think it's an excellent idea. And I kind of wish NPR would do that every time they're going to have a certain person who inhabits the White House speak. Because his voice is a trigger for me. He sounds an awful lot like my ex. An awful lot. And it's not just the New York accent. There's something about the cadence and the arrogance that comes through. But anyhow, that's not really what I want to talk about. And yes, it is. Because time's not linear. And when we're triggered, when an event crops up in our lives and all of a sudden we find ourselves not in the moment today in 2019, but we're reacting to something that happened in 1986. Your brain doesn't know the difference. That's what my therapist always tells me. Your brain can't really delineate what happened then and what's happening now. So we're always in this weird state of living in a non-linear, linear world. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, I've been away from my abuser for 27 years. That's a long time. That's a lifetime for many, many people that I know and work with. And every now and again, something will happen, and I will find myself reacting as though it really is 1988 or 1990 when I was completely unhinged, looking for ways to control any part of my life. And I know I came out sounding like a horrible person to a lot of people. And if I could, I would contact each and every one of them and apologize. But I can't. And I'm not convinced that even if I did, that it would matter, because it's been a long time. And I know I inadvertently hurt people that I didn't mean to hurt. And here I am reacting to that, and I can feel the tears forming right behind my eyes because my brain is reacting to that sorrow in a different way. Time's not linear. So when we're triggered, when I'm triggered, I crawl into myself. I become a non-person, if you will. Sometimes I become very accommodating and very submissive. I'll do anything to try to please the people that are around me, even if it's at my own peril or expense. Anything, just please don't tell me I'm a bad person. Tell me I'm a good person. Look what I'm doing for you. I'm doing all these really nice things. Time's not linear. Am I making up for lost time? Probably in some cases, absolutely. But I'm living in this moment. So there are so many things that go along with this, and it's going to take several installments to really unpack, as Rachel Maddow would say, all of this information. But time's not linear. So I don't have to do it all at once, because once it's all out on the internet, it won't really matter when it was done. It'll just be there, and people can listen to it or not in a non-linear way. Interesting. But what happens when you're in those moments and you're freezing, or you find yourself reacting? Is there some way that I've learned to perhaps pull myself back? And yes, there is. It's a pretty simple technique, and one that I learned when I was maybe not such a good girl when I was younger. And it goes like this. What can I see? I'm in my bedroom right now. I see my bed. What do I hear? My daughter is taking a shower. I hear the water running. What do I smell? Something between the soap scents coming from her bathroom and my dog? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. What can I feel? I can feel the chair behind me. I can feel this bookcase right here in these books. Putting myself back in the moment in real, tangible, measurable ways can sometimes bring me back into a linear time. And then I realize, oh no, it's 2019. That's not happening. Nobody's going to hit me. Or if they do, it's at their own peril. Nobody's going to abuse me again. I'm safe. It's okay. And I can tell that part of myself, that younger part of myself, it's okay, you're safe. You can come out. You can be you. And part of me can go back in my mind to that time and maybe change it a little bit. I mean, we do change our memories all the time. This has been proven over and over. And I did do something very much like that right after the arrest. When people that abandoned me, didn't speak to me, lost track of me, whatever, called or contacted me, and so often it began with, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. And if you're a survivor listening, you probably have experienced this on some level too. The, oh no, I'm embarrassed. I didn't understand. I didn't believe you at the time, but I do now. And that's legitimate. That's real. It's okay. And in my mind, whenever somebody did that, I would take a moment. I'd close myself down. Take a breath. And I would superimpose that present day apology on top of my memory of them from 1990, 1991, 92, whenever it might have been. Maybe it was even a little after I had left him in 94. Who knows? But I would just superimpose that into my memory and make that my reaction to them. And how come it could work? And why does that magic work? Because time's not linear. And we can control our own story. See you next time. Thanks for stopping in.